Everything you learned in history class was a lie. Well, maybe not everything, but they skipped the best parts. Introducing Stupiracy, where stupidity meets conspiracy. Ever heard of the Olympic marathon that nearly killed its runners? Or the time a pope put another pope's corpse on trial? Join me, Scott Rizzuto, and Tim McKernan as we uncover the most outrageous historical moments and mind-blowing conspiracies you won't believe actually happened. Tune into Stupiracy for your weekly dose of historical absurdity. Available wherever you get your podcasts. Remember, history is dumb, but laughing at it is smart.
And now, live from the TCL broadcast studios, it's Joe Souchere and Patrick Royce with Sports Talk.
All right, Sports Talk fans, a special treat for you guys right now. Settle down, sit back, kick back, and relax. Joe Souchere is going to describe for you the two 45-minute halves, where right now we are at, instead of 90 minutes, we're at 97 minutes.
This strikes me extremely similar to how Patrick regards hockey. Somebody's going to win because the ball's going to go off somebody's shoulder.
I'll tell you, though, the Croatia's tire was a hell of a goal. That guy almost kicked somebody in the head. Did you see that?
I did not see it.
Her in. It was great. I think that
Shoot it!
If Croatia wins this game, we got to call Croat Hall over in South St. Paul and
the
ask
Crow.
them how they're doing. The Crow, man.
I don't think they shoot enough.
We got any Croatians there?
I'm going to text Jimmy Francis right now.
Yep. Yeah, the mayor.
We'll need a report from the Crow.
Crow, yeah, I'm sure that everybody, Brits gets all this pub uppity, hoity-toity, trendy Brits. It's the Croat Hall where the real Croats would be watching the game, right?
You're not kidding.
That's right.
How come the goalies have clown hands? They got big clown gloves on.
Maybe helps them tip a ball away, Joe.
Makes them look big, like the big hamburger helper stop hand.
Big giant mitts.
Right.
I was much more involved yesterday. For some reason, I wanted Belgium to win yesterday. This one I don't really care about.
That was close.
This one I don't really care about. But England scored right off the bat and tried to nurse it to the finish.
Boy,
it didn't exactly work.
It's tough to get a goal, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's a big old field, and you can't use your hands. That makes it harder.
Oh, I had a question for you.
Use your hands.
I'd say the hell with that and just start using my hands.
Yeah, well,
Here, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Does the flopping tend to decrease the more the games mean something?
No.
Well, I haven't seen one flop yet.
Yesterday, I'll say one thing. France and Belgium didn't do it. Now, late they did. The last 15 minutes, they did a lot of flop. But no, maybe these teams aren't practicing the art of flopping. But no, there's if you're a goal down, you start doing some serious flopping trying to get that penalty kick chance.
Are we in downtown Moscow here?
I don't know. It was in St. Pete yesterday. I don't know. Maybe it's in Moscow today. I don't know where they played in St. Petersburg yesterday. I'm sure that the title game on Sunday and then the third place game on Saturday are probably in Moscow.
This game must be an acquired taste.
Yeah, but I can see
we don't identify with it because it's not for God and country here. We have no sport in this country for God and country. Do we?
Well, I don't know. You were at the hockey game, 1980.
Well, that was for
God and country.
Yeah.
I mean, the Olympics, international sport to us is the Olympics. But this thing, if the U.S. ever made a run, people would jump on the bandwagon. And I don't think we'd cry if we lost.
No,
that's the sign. If you're a grown man, I mean a grown man, if you're a grown man and you're a grown man and you cry, then that sport means a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're a grown man and you don't cry,
oh, we got a guy down holding his knee.
Yeah,
we got a Kraut down, a Croat.
Yeah, no, don't get your Croats and Krauts mixed up.
No, this is a Croat. He's gripping his knee.
By the way, supposed to be a beautiful country, Croatia. On the Adriatic Sea.
Watch this.
Supposed to be fantastic beaches.
I would love to go there.
Oh, he's flopping. He didn't hurt himself. I saw that. This is ridiculous.
That's a substitution. So they even the substitutions even are made very ornate with the big sign.
This is like real baseball though. If you leave, you can't come back.
Well, I heard
that
Mackey
right?
and Judd come
I
up with a
didn't know
good
that.
plan.
What?
If you fake flopping, then somebody on the other team gets to come over and destroy the limb you were faking.
Kids come over and kick you. Huh?
You know what Coach Ariza always said? If you are down, this is basketball, but he said if you're on the court and you're down and you're writhing in pain and you walk off on your own, without any help, I can't tell you what I'm going to do to you. If you get up and can walk off,
He could have. In other words, you're saying he could have never coached at Duke.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that what you're saying? Yeah. He
Right.
would have never
Or
made
soccer.
it at Duke. Although soccer is the worst of all. Of the wall. There's this great player from Brazil, Joe, named Neymar, and somebody said who's the greatest writher of all time. If anybody runs by him rapidly, he's just flopping all over the place. And somebody tweeted out a picture of a youth soccer coach in some country, I don't know what, and a bunch of 10, 11-year-old kids, and he'd yell out Neymar, and they'd all hit the ground and start rolling around, practicing their flopping, their writhing in pain. But you know what they say? The soccer heads, it's part of the game.
You know,
It's always been part of the game.
The only soccer injury, and Rook can attest to this, that I've ever truly believed is the video of the goalie that keeps getting hit
By
in
the
the
way,
face.
I love that.
I wonder if there's any particular reason we aren't watching HD in here.
Well, Joe had an interesting question during GL Pad. He asked aloud on the air, what channel is Channel 9 on this TV?
I think I'll be able to solve that.
That's what I
problem.
meant. See, Pat's going to
Solve
find.
that problem for you.
yes, he is.
It's
Here
very
it comes.
complicated, Joe. You got your 4, your 5, your 9, and your 11.
We stand an 8 in front of him.
And then you put an 8 in front of them, and if you
And a
need,
zero.
if you need a 0, at 11, obviously you don't need a 0, and it's like magic.
Boom.
In HD.
Like magic, that TCL beautiful television
Oh, man,
in
it
the
is.
TCL broadcast studios.
Not only do you get HD, but you get about 5 inches more screen too. than
So
you
the
get.
goalie hands look even bigger now.
Yes, they do. Anyway.
What channel is Channel 9?
Well,
I bet he's fun at parties.
Now, I can't make too much fun of him asking which is which, because I had to ask that earlier today and found out it was the English were in white.
Joe, you have to tell Pat about your encounter with a gentleman with a nice vehicle you had observed.
I was driving in Chicago in early June.
Yes.
I come alongside a very interesting 2-door Volkswagen that I didn't think was being made anymore. So I rolled up. We stopped at a red light together, and I rolled down my window and I said to him, "What year is it?" And he looked at me and he said, "It's 2018." I said, "No, I got that part." I said, "I'm just wondering what year the car is."
The vehicle.
Yeah, I meant the car.
Yeah, right. That's a good one. I told you about Jim Ricey at his first. Jim Ricey's out in D.C. about 3 years ago, and they have their first winter storm. And there's people stuck off to the side of the road, you know?
Yeah.
And Minnesota boy pulls up behind. He's going to help push them out.
Sure.
They lock themselves in the car. They're like, this skin-headed guy's going to steal their car. And they were like, get away.
No, we're good. We're okay.
We're fine.
We don't
We'll
have
wait it
any
out.
money.
I was going to push you, but, okay.
Hey, man, I just wanted to say I like your car.
stay there where you
Remember
are.
that guy?
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, yeah,
man,
the
I
gas
just wanted to say I
station
like your
counter.
car.
I want to tell you something about the soccer clock here, sir.
I wish somebody would.
We got 90 minutes, right? 45 each.
Yep.
And we add the extra time.
Yep.
But when the extra time expires, and then without a result in an elimination game, we then go back to 90 and start the clock all over again. Those 6 minutes of extra time or whatever they are disappear.
They're
and we go
gone.
back to 90. Yes, we do. So
Well, we're at 105.
that means we're going to next break, we're going to turn around, go the other direction, I believe. But they won't do it while I think they switch after 15 minutes. Maybe they don't. Maybe you go the same side. But if Croatia scores here, it's not over. You play the overtimes. They're not sudden death.
Oh, it isn't sudden
No.
death. Oh, my.
Yeah,
Apparently,
but if Croatia, whichever team scored, the other team wouldn't have much time.
The neutral zone trap would come into full effect.
Jacques Lebert would be. They'd
be stalling.
They'd run over to the side and look at the neutral zone trap on the iPad there and see that. So, Twins, by the way, down early. 3-0 first inning, ahead 8-4 as I last saw. And by the way, Dustin Pedroia sent back to Arizona to rehab, continue on his knees, probably not going to play. Dozier homers for the third time in 4 games. I sense a match here, don't you?
Don't they have our guy Eduardo, though?
They don't like him at second base.
Oh.
We got another guy down. He's grimacing.
Okay. All right.
Sometimes if you go down, it's your own problem, isn't it? Doesn't always result in a...
You're always trying to influence. You're always trying to make the ref feel badly toward the opponent. That's what you're on. That's the goal.
I do hope that this goalie, if there's a penalty kicks, I do hope that this goalie does not get kicked in the face by the ball, 4 times like that, the video.
All right, just a moment.
Baby blimp, the Trump baby blimp that they have in London.
Yes.
Is that now? That's real. That's not some cartoonish thing. They're going to fly it around when he's there, right?
Yes.
Try to taunt him.
Yes.
I suppose they're going to do something for safety reasons to not let him fly it exactly overhead. But apparently,
I'm sure they would have had an Obama baby blimp too, don't you think?
no,
For sure.
Really? Well, that's because Obama never really came over and said, Russia's more trustworthy than NATO or something like that. I think Obama always supported NATO, let's say, ahead of Russia, for instance. But
there's
plus,
height restrictions. They can only fly at certain height and a certain time. And
it's pretty funny though, because it's pretty good likeness actually.
I think it's Trump in a diaper, isn't it?
Yeah, he's an easy target for cartoon character, cartoonists.
But what we've discovered is that won't bother him.
Oh, it'll bother him.
Oh, he'll tweet the hell out of it, but it won't. He'll end up coming out on top somehow.
Oh yeah. But it bothers the hell. Everything bothers the hell out of him.
Well,
he cannot be needled. He doesn't like being needled.
Can't give him the needle.
No, that's true. But anyway, it's pretty funny.
Why are we?
He's going to go to the tennis. He's going to go to Wimbledon semis now that John Isner won, though.
Why are we having the rare Wednesday baseball game during the day?
Getaway day.
Getaway day?
We do it all the time, Joe.
But those were always traditionally Thursdays.
Well, yeah, this series is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Tampa's here for 4. So, it generally was Thursday with a Monday off, but that's not the way it always works. So, the end of the series. And
All-Star game a week from tonight.
And the other thing is, we go to Kansas City 3 times, and if we make them play a night game on getaway day,
they'd make you.
Then they're going to do the same thing to you. So, you try to treat since you play your divisional teams so often, you try to treat them well, so they'll treat you well. That's kind of what the deal is.
And a week from tonight is the All-Star game.
Yes.
In Washington, D.C.
Yes, it is. And
I'm kind of surprised you didn't make the trek, Patrick. You love that ballpark.
I wouldn't mind going. If the Marine could have gotten us some tickets, I might have gone. But I don't. It's too damn expensive now. If I go out there, I got to round up a couple of tickets for the Marine and his buddy, right?
Sure.
That's $600-700, $800.
This is the same Marine that was accosting people in the nation's capital.
Trying
to help them.
Trying to steal their cars.
Just checking.
In the middle of the blizzard, yes. Yeah. It could be a little steamy there in Washington in the middle of July.
Croatia just scored.
All right. Croat Hall.
I want to see somebody kneel and go around the whole field on their knees, like on that Geico commercial.
Or just waving the flag.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that.
Then he did the robot.
So now, Pat, 108 minutes left. What does that mean? England's got how much time left to score?
6 minutes and 30
Well, and then
seconds.
there might be probably 7-8 minutes.
But see, here's what the problem is. They're doing all that celebrating. They're wasting time.
No,
they got the
because
lead.
They added on.
No, That's
They
what I'm
add
saying.
it on.
England's like, hey, let's go, guys.
No,
but they add that
will
on.
add on 2 minutes of extra.
I mean, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I'd be
but
like,
it's a
hey.
math thing.
Yeah, that would drive me nuts.
You know, Bob McDonald, the Chisholm basketball coach for 100 years, and the most legendary of high school basketball coaches, about 25 years ago, started taking his summer vacation on the Adriatic. And he's a painter, he's an amateur painter, and he goes over to the, I don't know if he still does because he's in his late 80s now, but he goes over there and takes his vacation in Croatia.
Wow.
He's got some relatives over because McDonald is a name that he's got Croatian relatives too.
Okay.
He goes over there and says it's the most gorgeous place in the world, the Adriatic over there. So,
Well, McDonald's not Croatian.
no, but that's half the family. The other half is Croats.
Give us a Twins update.
Still 8-4. We are in.
Did you see the pitch that they called Drew Bertier out with the
Oh, I
bases
know.
loaded, one out? Ooh,
That was a gift.
Bob, you know what? Bobby Wilson framed the hell out
Yes,
of it.
he did.
He went boom down like that. You should see the.
Pat, I'm looking at pictures of the Adriatic coastline. It looks pretty nice.
Does look good. Huh?
Those are nice digs.
Top Gear has done episodes there.
It's got to be
Bourdain.
cheaper. It's got to be cheaper than being on the other side with Italy. Italy's
Yeah.
got to be more expensive than Croatia, doesn't it? To stay there.
Yeah, wasn't
Anyway.
it all part of the Yugoslavia
Yes,
deal?
it was. Very bad for international basketball, the Civil War over
Ooh,
there.
they keep showing the nervous wags.
They're going to be crying.
I
There'll
like a
be,
nervous
there'll be
wag.
adults crying.
Yeah.
They showed the video, Pat, of when England scored the very first goal and the celebratory, and someone said, "Look at all that beer wasting away," because it was thousands
They're
of people
spraying
throwing
each
their
other.
cups in the air just
Well, they had
celebrating.
quite a crowd at. I saw some tweets of the lawn out there at Brits that the Brits were there. I think they had a lot more Brits there than they had Croats. We're going to try to get a hold of South St. Paul though. The Croatian
I've got a,
Hall. I got to get a number.
I thought I was a little closer to the South St. Paul mayor than I am, but I've already texted him, and he has not returned my call. So
Well,
he
he's
must be
a mayor.
unofficial.
He's probably got, he's
Right.
probably
Yes, he does.
cutting a ribbon someplace.
Spindle, and he's got
Pounding
things
his
to do.
gavel.
Sure. At the library, maybe.
Yeah. Where he's having a fit.
I wonder if Croatians actually still hang out at the Croatian Hall. There, that used to be Wooger's drinking spot.
Well,
Croat Hall. Yeah.
I have been there, and it's you got your dedicated staff over there, not staff but patrons that are just it's not. There's not a lot of updates. Okay, let's just say there's not a lot of update, not a lot of money been put back
They probably
into.
don't have a lot of craft beers at the Croatian Hall.
I think your craft beer
Yeah.
is Grain Belt Northeast.
Yeah, that's right. Grain Belt Schmidt, and that's it. What else do you want?
But
buddy?
they know what they like, so that keeps out the riffraff. I think if you order a whiskey Coke, you're going to get a nice shot of whiskey in there, and they might just wave the Coke bottle at it.
Do they keep playing even
we
when
got
somebody's
a
writhing?
We got a nearly dead Croatian, and
Yeah.
the ref has not stopped play here.
Sports Talk will be back, such as it is. But now, thanks to our great friends in Owatonna, Minnesota, at Federated Insurance, where it's their business to protect your business, and nobody does that better than Federated. It's Bruce Vail from the Wall Street Journal and Your Money Now. Why today are we having trouble, I wonder?
It was just a little glitch in the system, and he's there.
We good now?
Yeah, we're good.
That's always something. Trade jitters send stocks to a lower close today, snapping the market's 4-day streak of gains. The Dow Jones Industrial Average back in the red for the year now, dropping 219 points to 24,700. The Nasdaq Composite lost 42, and the S&P 500 dropped 19 points. 21st Century Fox is expected to lose money on its coverage of the World Cup after early rounds of the tournament drew nearly a third fewer viewers than in 2014. The drop in viewership is due to the U.S. not having a team in the tournament for the first time since '86. But a Fox spokesman said the company is doing better than it initially projected when the U.S. soccer team failed to qualify. IKEA is recalling Lervig water dispensers for pets because of a suffocation hazard. The home furnishings retailer said it has received 2 reports that pets had suffocated after getting their heads stuck in the water dispenser. They were sold in IKEA stores and online through June for about $8. I'm Bruce Vail with your Money Now on 1500 ESPN.
All righty. Thank you, Bruce. Your traffic sponsored by Jersey Mike Subs. There are some problems early. Let's talk about a crash on Highway 100 northbound at 42nd Avenue. Left shoulder is blocked. Down on the south side, a vehicle fire. Looks like a camper, maybe even. A Highway 212 westbound at Bryant Lake Drive, the right lane blocked. Want to win a rockin' trip from Jersey Mike's and Pepsi? Stop into Jersey Mike's today to answer. No purchase necessary. Sweepstakes ends August 14th. See official rules at PepsiRockThisWay.com. Forecast 74 tonight, hot 88 tomorrow. Right now we've
Active.com.
Here's John Hyde in the newsroom.
What?
John,
Yes.
I just looked it up. Croatia does not have 5 million people
Really?
in the country. Yep.
Oh. We've got sunshine at 91 degrees. Our heat index now has hit 100 degrees finally with the dew point 74. For the sake of accuracy, I must correct all you boneheads in here. Yep. The All-Star game is next Tuesday, not next Wednesday.
I
think
said
we
a week
said
from
Tuesday.
this. Oh,
Week
this
from-
is Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I'm sorry.
That's right. I
Wednesday.
thought it was
I'm sorry.
Tuesday.
I thought it was
too.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
It is. No, today's Wednesday.
Right.
And the game is Tuesday.
That's right. You're right, John.
And I'm here to correct you, Height, on our Greg
jeez.
Bird conversation. Every year he's been in the big leagues, the last 3, he has spent at least 15 days on the disabled list. Yes, he gets hurt
back
all the
again
time.
No, he's not back on the
I know
field.
where
In
they
fact,
can
he's
get a
very hot.
left-handed hitter who can play first base.
That's
Hit
right.
some
I
home
heard
runs.
about that this morning.
Logan
Moustakis?
Morrison.
Oh, thought you were talking about the kid from
moron.
St. Paul.
Yeah, Joe Mauer. What is wrong with them? Even with 4 hours to kill, what are they babbling about? Joe Mauer going to the Yankees.
Personally, I think they do it just to get you going,
Yeah, that's a
which I have a little
possibility.
bit of respect for, to be honest.
Twins Royals, they're still playing down at Target Field
Really?
because Mike Moustakis just homered off Alan Busenitz. So it's 8-5 in the bottom of the 9th. Twins have a
I
couple
was in the
outs.
clubhouse early this morning when Boosie made his return for the 3rd time this year. He comes back in. There's about 8 guys in the clubhouse, and they said, "You're back."
Hey.
They hadn't announced the move yet. The players didn't know he was there. But there's a 6:48 a.m. flight from Rochester to Minneapolis that these boys are very familiar with.
Wow.
They never miss it when they're coming this way. They never miss that flight.
The game is a final now. The Twins have won 8-5. Brian Dozier had a 2-run homer and 3 hits. Logan Morrison had a home run for the Twins. Bobby Wilson a couple
Logan
of hits.
hit a clutch one later on.
He hit one into the above the scoreboard in right center field. It was a pretty good blast. Bobby Wilson, couple of hits and a couple of RBIs for the Twins.
Bobby Wilson has snapped out of that 1-for-42 slump rather gamely.
Yes, he has. Lynx played a game today.
1-for-42.
He was 1-for-42 from June 7th to July 5th.
Wow.
The Lynx beat the Indiana Fever 87-65 to avenge that earlier loss. Remember, Indiana who only has 2 wins all season beat the Lynx last week.
John,
Yes.
the Fever beat us one year in the conference finals. Remember that?
I don't.
They did.
Sorry.
What has happened to the Fever? How did they get this rotten?
I have a bigger question.
Yeah.
Why is Rook watching You Can Call Me Al the video?
I was getting the next. I had the Escape song up here.
Okay.
You know what today is? National Pina Colada Day. So I was getting my bumper music ready for the next bit.
I'm done now.
Joe's going home. Is that enough?
You guys are watching soccer? I'm watching my next bumper music video.
I was a long-term alcoholic and never had a pina colada in my life.
What?
Never even
Well, that's what we were talking about off the
Never
air.
even considered it.
awful.
Never considered it.
I've never had one either.
They're
now that I think
awful.
about it.
You don't like sugar, though. You're not a
I
sweets
don't
guy.
like, well, they also have, coconut or something I dislike immensely.
Yeah.
You know why I drink alcohol?
Why?
Why I drank alcohol? I liked alcohol.
There you go.
I liked the taste of alcohol. You didn't have to hide it from me. I was looking for it.
Here we go.
If you like pina coladas, get caught in the rain.
At the
the World Cup, took a little side turn there.
Yep.
Croatia with a 2-1 lead at the moment over.
Damn near
England.
over.
Uh-huh.
We're pushing, we're shoving, we're fighting.
Uh-oh. Look out. Look out.
We're
Look
gonna
out.
brawl.
Hey,
That's a
you-
red card.
Come to blows. Come to blows.
Hey, you crazy croat.
The winner of this, of course, will take on France for the World Cup championship. News notes from today. I have a little bit of an update. You were talking about scooters on GL, Joe?
Yeah.
Well, now here's the latest. This is from the Star Tribune. Electric scooters for rent remain on the sidewalks of St. Paul today, despite the city's demand to a California company to get them off from the public right-of-way. Bird Rides, Inc. dropped the scooters into the Twin Cities without official permission this week. People were already taking them out for spins, while officials in Minneapolis and St. Paul tried to react. This morning in St. Paul, scooters parked outside the Amsterdam Bar and Hall and across the street from the George Latimer Central Library. A tour group paused to examine a few lined up in front of the Ordway Center for the Performing Arts, and there was a scooter parked outside City Hall. According to the Department of Public Works, Bird placed the scooters within the public right-of-way without a permit in violation of city ordinance. Ellen Bialis is the Administrative Programs Manager for Public Works. She says, we want to convey to them that we are interested in what they're doing and what they have to offer. However, we need to sit down and talk about what parameters.
I back the city on this one.
Well, yeah, you can't be leaving them laying
Just,
around.
Yes. And you know what? You know those things like the mall,
Chariots.
Paul Blart Mall.
The segways.
Segways, yeah.
You drive down the West River Road, and we got a bunch of those morons on being led on tour
Yeah, there's
groups there
tours.
on them.
Or you say
You're
tours.
like, yeah, they could end up killing people. Come on, they can't drive those damn things. You got 80-year-old women driving those damn things.
They're like, out of my way, here we go.
I can't I see one of those segues without thinking of Arrested Development.
God.
Yes, right, that's true.
A crowdfunding campaign has raised more than $13,000 for a couple who lost their week-old baby when a tornado hit a North Dakota town. McKenzie County Sheriff Gary Schwarzenberger said the boy died after the storm flipped his family's trailer Tuesday morning at an RV park in Watford City. The baby's name has not yet been released. A GoFundMe account set up for the couple shows more than 225 people had donated as of early today. National Weather Service said an EF2 tornado hit Watford City with wind speeds reaching 127 miles an hour. More than 24 other people were injured by that tornado.
Is there a guy in charge of this game who suddenly is going to say, okay, that's enough?
Yep, the referee. Well, momentarily.
We're done.
He said once it gets to 4 minutes, then he waits kind of for the flow of the play, and as soon as the ball's dead, he'll call it off.
Okay.
Huh.
That's what I've been able to discern.
You are right, though. How can one ref on the field?
I don't know.
How do they?
We need 2 for hockey. We got 1.
I thought there was 3 of them. There's 3.
Yeah, but those are linesmen.
That's
Only one
close
guy
enough.
makes the calls.
Yeah.
Only one guy makes the calls.
You know what they need?
Ooh, the Brits
Gene
got a kick.
Sarator out here.
Yes.
That's who the World Cup needs.
Brett's got a kick.
Ooh, baby. Yeah, you could score.
They're
here.
running out of time, aren't
As
they?
soon as somebody gets possession after this one, this game is over.
The top cybersecurity official at the Department of Homeland Security said today
game.
Russia is focusing more on spreading disinformation and dividing voters ahead of November's midterm elections and less on trying to hack cyber systems like it did in 2016. The DHS confirmed last summer Russia targeted the voter registration databases in 21 states, but Undersecretary Christopher Krebs told a House Committee on Homeland Security today he thinks they tried to target every state in 2016.
I would have made a deal with the devil 10 years ago to say, devil, let me live long enough until you have a president who likes Russia better than NATO. And you know what? I'd be dead. It would have been a bad deal. I would have made a bad deal.
You made it.
Yes.
There's a guy sliding around on his knees all the way around the stadium. Just like that Geico commercial. You know, the Croatian guys look like they're from Croatia.
Well, yeah, they're
So there
Slavic.
you are. I'm gonna
That's
go out on
Slavic
a
look,
limb
man.
there. Yep.
They had good basketball players, too.
Yep.
We'll tell you again, I told you on GL about this, but the 9-year-old English bulldog from Anoka that won the world's ugliest dog contest has died just weeks after winning it.
I think it died of shame.
It knew.
Was it self-inflicted?
No.
Well, the dog didn't sign it. The dog said, hey, owner, don't enter me in that thing. What the hell are you doing to me?
Yes.
It's like Enzo from The Art of Racing in the Rain.
Exactly.
He could understand
That's right,
what was
yeah.
going on.
Right.
Owner Megan Brainerd of Anoka told NBC's Today Show Zsa Zsa died in her sleep Tuesday. Brainerd said the dog was staying with her father, and he found she had passed away when he got up in the morning. Zsa Zsa with floppy tongue, crooked teeth, and a pink manicure.
Well, that's another thing. The dog didn't sign up to get its toenails painted pink.
No.
Won the annual contest June 23rd in Petaluma, California. Dogs in that annual competition flaunt their imperfections. The contestants included a blackhead-covered Chinese crested Dachshund mutt, a bulldog mix with excess wrinkly skin, and a Pekingese named Wild.
Bulldogs are supposed to last longer than 9, aren't they? They don't die that
9
young.
seems. I'm telling you, this dog felt bullied and
That's
shaved.
right. That's right.
By the way, a breaking news tweet. With this win, Croatia is going to double its population 9 months from now, from 5 million to 10. I thought that was pretty funny.
Southwest Airlines will stop serving peanuts on its
There's a
flights
guy
this
humping
summer.
the coach.
Yeah.
No, he just flipped him over and he's doing a job on it.
That's
Well,
That's a celebration I want no part of.
Wow. Did you see somebody doing that to Belichick?
you aren't here for the winning. Is that what he said?
You're not here for the soccer, are you?
Hey, Joe, what do you think? Another successful state fair. Get in here.
Damn near related to Wilhelm.
Yeah, Kaiser Wilhelm.
Kaiser Wilhelm.
Yeah, Ron Hermione
Yep.
was married to him. He only started one World War and was responsible for the other. He wasn't a bad uncle.
He's not a bad guy.
Rook pointed out, I said, Croatia against France. Rook goes, networks aren't going to like that matchup. A man returned to his New Jersey home Monday night. Now, this one has a rough ending. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'll apologize immediately. It ends in death. But because this segment, we have stories that are a bit off kilter.
Okay.
Man returned to his New Jersey home Monday night to find both his wife and her lover dead in the garage after the pair apparently died of carbon monoxide poisoning while having sex. 39-year-old woman and her 56-year-old lover, whose sources say was her mechanic.
Wow.
Literally.
Well, she was trading services for car work.
We're discovered.
Time for an oil change.
We're discovered just before 9 p.m. Monday.
What
at a house
kind
in
of a
Newark.
mechanic would not know about,
That's a good point.
suffocating
That's a
in the
good point.
garage,
He wasn't bogged down with details.
You would have thought, yeah, right.
Maybe they wanted the air conditioning.
Yes. Yeah, that's. I never thought of that.
Sources say the wife and mechanic were having sex in a car in the garage when they were both killed by the poison gas. The husband came home later to discover the bodies. Law enforcement sources said they think the wife was paying for her car work by having sex with the mechanic.
You called it.
Sure. I read the story.
Oh, okay.
Newark police confirmed it was called to the avenue about 8:45 Monday night. When officers got there, they found the pair. Police said the incident was under investigation, but appears to be an accident.
I saw a picture of the gal.
Did you? I didn't see a pic.
Rook?
She a big gal?
Yep.
Well, here's the deal.
Was she?
You think the husband was sad,
I don't know.
or was he saying you got what you deserved? How would he feel about it?
How do you handle that?
I think probably what he did is he made sure those tires were rotated and then.
And he had a pina colada.
Right.
So if I have a
How do you put up with it?
With what? It's wearing thin.
wearing thin.
Sometimes you eat the bar, sometimes the bar. Well,
It's only Wednesday.
I'm feeling like I'm eating by the bar.
Is that some kind of
I think it's a
Eastern thing?
bonus because I look and it's Wednesday and I see that there's still
Two
three.
left.
Yeah, there's two left and he's here, so it's bonus time.
A pair of Ohio
How
train.
about if I take the 2 and cut 15 minutes off of 4 different Wednesdays?
No, he's dealing. No, he's dealing with. You can't do the math. Just don't worry.
No,
about
I did it. 4 15-minutes.
Yeah, well, that'll do it.
Yeah. See you later.
right in the
Well,
middle.
that'd be one. You could have 8 15-minuters.
Now you're.
two left.
Hey, hang on.
Wait a minute.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Boy.
Look at the celebration. I don't know what country we're
That's
in.
Croatia.
Probably
The
the
Croatian
Croatian
watch party.
I'm guessing I'm guessing Croatia.
I don't
We got
think
stuff
Big
on
Ben.
fire.
Don't you envy people that
There'll be a few guys in the garage with a gal tonight, not because they provided mechanical services.
It is I am kind of envious of the people who care that much about a sporting event.
It is interesting.
What were the flames? Were the torches?
I don't
Burning
know.
the town down.
It was like they're chasing Frankenstein.
Well, Pat, you got to burn something down. I mean, this is a big deal.
I think with that last story about the
Here was a
mechanic.
guy who was accosted by one of his own players who threw him to the ground and mounted him.
Looks
And he's
very
happy.
He's happy about it.
Got a new pair of pants on, but he's good.
I bet with John's last story about the mechanic, if my wife is listening, she's probably going to be checking my mechanic receipts with Andy over at A&A Auto, I would imagine.
They're showing it again.
There it is.
Yeah.
7, 8, 9.
All right, that's enough. All right. Johnny, restore some order here, will you?
Count to 3.
Sure.
Count to 3.
A pair of Ohio
Safe word.
a pair of Ohio train hoppers came to regret their decision when the high-speed train carried them more than 60 miles and they ended up calling 911 for help.
You know what? I would have rather had that train ride than the one I had. Just 60 miles in any direction.
Just moving. Momentum.
Right.
Wayne County, Ohio Sheriff's Office Captain Doug Hunter said 20-year-old Christian Hale and 24-year-old Kevin Sloan hopped a moving train near Willard about 4 a.m. Tuesday and called 911 about 60 miles later when the train failed to slow down enough for them to jump off. Hunter said Hale spoke to the 911 dispatcher and told them he and Sloan had just been looking for a short, free ride. The fact that the person was able to call, according to Hunter, while he's hanging onto the side of a train in and of itself is unusual. Police contacted the rail operator CSX, which stopped the train in Chippewa Township. Hale and Sloan hopped off the train and fled on foot, but deputies located them nearby and arrested them on trespassing charges. Hale told the deputy, "I thought it was going to stop in Willard. It didn't. I should never have gotten on that train. I know it was a stupid idea."
What state is this?
Ohio.
Okay.
A different sort of train surfing caught on camera earlier this week when the New York subway passenger was filmed riding on the outside of a train car's doors. Police said nobody got hurt in that, and the incident's still under investigation. Authorities say a Lamborghini erupted into flames at a suburban St. Louis gas station after a minivan driver pulled away from a gas pump with the nozzle still attached.
And it got the Mazo,
Got the Lamborghini.
our Lambo.
Wow.
Yeah. Kirkwood Police Detective Bob Rui said a valve's supposed to shut off when that happens, but instead fuel sprayed into the, I don't know if I'll mess this up, Huracan Performante's engine.
I think you're pretty close.
Okay, causing the blue Italian supercar to ignite. He said it was completely an accident. Nobody's been charged. Parker Gelber wrote in a Facebook post that he was driving a red Lamborghini and his friend the blue one when they stopped for gas. His friend was getting water inside the gas station when the fire started. Other
Who
bystanders.
pays for it, Johnny?
His insurance? I don't know.
The insurance of the gas station?
Or the guy with the minivan, maybe, since he's the one that
I don't
pulled
think
away.
the guy with the Lambo should have to pay for it.
No, I don't either.
No. A Thailand man in Thailand, captured video of a snake he found in his bedroom that had partially swallowed a piece of his wife's lingerie.
Oh,
Was she?
I wonder how that made the news.
Was it a big python?
because somebody reported it.
It's a
to-
serpent.
35-year-old Sakata Lasada said he arrived at his home in Ubon Ratchathani and discovered a golden tree snake was in his bedroom. The husband...
Are they big snakes, Johnny?
It was a big snake, the picture I saw. Yeah. The husband pulled on the snake's tail, discovered the reptile had swallowed a large section of his wife's pink silk nightie.
He's got your granny panties. Let's try to. You want those back or not?
Sakata said the snake felt a little bit sick. I think it's not the normal food they eat. It couldn't have been easy for him to...
That was
really?
his problem? Eating the lingerie?
John, don't you have to
I
do-
want to get the snake out of the damn house. That's
John,
what I
don't you
would
have to
want.
do traffic? John,
Yeah, I do, Joe.
yeah.
You're just trying to get rid of me now,
Yes,
aren't
I
you?
am.
Yeah, I take it.
All right, here's my question. We're going to have to.
Yes, sir. Yes,
It's
sir.
Wednesday. I've got my little over my right shoulder. If you look above the window.
I gave him permission to leave.
Okay, so we don't need to strike.
We don't need to put a little more fraction on there. We gave him permission.
All right, that's good.
Permission to do
on
that.
National Pina Colada Day, what do you have planned for the ride?
We got Timmy Kirchin, lots of good baseball. We got Jordan Bianchi. We haven't checked with him on the auto racing. They had quite a brawl at the finish last week, and also a lot of stories about how much trouble NASCAR's in as far as TV ratings, ticket sales, all that stuff. And
I wonder why that would be. It's still a very popular sport.
Because people 30 years old don't care about cars anymore. It's their average audience. The New York Washington Post had a story on this. The average age of the TV viewer of a NASCAR race has gone in the last decade from 49 to 58.
Really?
Yeah.
But the attendance at the
well, that's slipping too. A lot of places.
Wow,
not all of
that's
them.
shocking.
Not all of them, but some of them.
Okay.
And then a live report at 4:15 from Croatia Hall in South St. Paul, where this country of less than 5 million, smallest country ever, has advanced to the World Cup Finals. Croatia with a 2-1 extra time win, overtime win. They scored in the 30-minute overtime to beat England 2-1 after giving up a goal real early. A stout comeback for that small country, and they will now play Francais on Sunday.
So they're big underdogs.
Well, they were somewhat underdogs. Yes, they were.
Small but underdogs. All right. That and much more on the ride right after this. 1500 ESPN is KSTP. St. Paul, Minneapolis. It's a balmy, tropical 88 degrees.
Hi, this is Chris Howard, host of Plugged In with Chris Howard. It's crazy to think that a few weeks ago we were talking about whether or not Tua Tagovailoa should consider retiring after 2 concussions and worldwide debates on player safety and NFL culpability. Tua has done nothing but go back to work and currently has the Dolphins riding a 3-game win streak and 1 loss behind the division favorite Buffalo Bills. While everyone was yapping about the end of his career, Tua Tagovailoa said he'll decide when it's time. And clearly, he's not ready to hang up the cleats. Hi, this is Chris Howard from the Plugged In with Chris Howard podcast. BetOnline.net is your #1 source for betting football and the start of the new basketball season. Find all the latest player developments, team matchups, news, podcasts, and in-depth analysis on every game. BetOnline remains your continued source for all your sports wagering information with live betting, up-to-the-minute scores for the fastest and easiest way to check in on all your favorite games and events, including the MLB playoffs, the start of the NHL season, MMA, boxing, and golf. And if you love sports podcasts, you can find those at BetOnline as well. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more. BetOnline, where the game starts.